maybe foreigners will not understand, but Nepali will understand. So please try to pay attention and listen, no? Buddho loke samupano hitaya sabbhapaninam Dhammo loke samupano sukhaya sabbhapaninam Sangho loke samupano punyang khetang anuttaram Loke tinai lokama Buddho chararya satyala yathartha ruple bodh गर्ने arahang samma sambuddho Sabba paninang sampurna praniharuko hitaya lokik lokutar sukkalyan ko nimti samupanno udaya ka surya jai utpati bhai baksinu bhayo Dhammo marga gyan phal gyan nirvan pariyati jamma dasota dharma Sukhaya dev manusya nirvan tin prakarko sukhunako nimti Samupanno ramro gari utpati bhai nikler ayo Anuttarang samatulya barabar na bhai uttam hunu bhayeko Punyang khetang kusal punya bijako thupro रोप्ने मलिलो खेतबारी जस्तै हुनु भएको Sangho चार मार्ग स्थान चार फल स्थान उत्तम अष्टहरिया संग Samupanno उदयाएका सूर्य झै उत्पत्ति भई बक्सिनु भयो इति पिसो भगवा अरहं सम्मा सम्बुद्धो Vijacharana sampanno sugato lokavidhu Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarathi satha deva manusanang buddho bhagava Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we have finished how many pairs? Three pair. 4 remaining. So today we will start our 4th pair. Someone can be influential, uninfluential and influential, right? So Subha continued to ask to the Buddha, what is the reason for beings to be influential and beings to be uninfluential? Or in other words, in simple terms, I can say is, what is the reason for beings to be liked by many others or beings to be disliked by many others? So what are the reasons? He continued his question. Okay, then the Buddha replied, if one, when seeing other people's progress, when listening to other people's success, when seeing other people in a good place, when seeing other people happy, they have jealousy in their mind. They cannot be happy with other people's happiness. They cannot be happy with other people's success. So what kind of mind they have? Jealous. So out of this jealousy, they think bad of them. They may say something bad, they may do something bad. So when this karma gives result, it will give in bad destination. It will give result in hell. But because of some condition, if that person is reborn in a good place, in a human life, he will not have any followers. He will not be influential in that life because of his jealousy karma. Okay, so if jealousy karma become Janaka, it will give rebirth in bad destination. But if some other kusala karma give Janaka, give human birth, then this jealousy will become upapilaka. And although he is born as a human, he does not have any influence over anybody. So in order to understand this deeper, we should again tell a story. So, have you heard of Venerable Losaka Tissa? I think you know this story. So, let's go back to Buddha Kassapa time. So, in the time of Buddha Kassapa, human lifespan was how long? 20,000 years. So, very long. So, there was one Bhante. He used to stay in one monastery supported by a devotee. The devotee was quite rich, and this Bhante was staying alone in this monastery. So this devotee could fulfill everything, whatever this Bhante needed. Then he was also happy with this devotee supporting him. Then one day, one Arahanta Bhante arrived to this monastery. Then when the devotee see this Arahanta Bhante, the way he walk, the way he talk, the way he sit, is very inspiring. So he praised this Bhante a lot in front of the another Bhante. Then this another, and also not only that, also he offered many flower, many things to the Arahanta. But this Bhante, now what happened? See? Labha and alabha. So one Bhante is getting gains, Arahanta is getting many gains, the resident Bhante is getting nothing. So one is experiencing labha, another is experiencing alabha. So in this way, when he experienced no gain, he became jealous of this bhikkhu, of the Arahanta. He think, if this Arahanta stay here, I will not receive any donation. I will not get anything. The devotee is always offering to this Bhante. Then one day this devotee invite both Bhante to his home for lunch. But you know, this Arahanta Bhante, he already knew Losaka Tissa mind, no? So he can read mind, he has jealousy towards me, I should not stay here. It will be bad karma for him. So early morning, before dawn, Arahanta Bhante already left the monastery, but he doesn't know. So what did he do? He did not tell the devotee had invited for lunch. He just wake up morning, and the rule of that monastery was, if there is some lunch invitation outside, hit the gong, so bhikkhus will gather, then they will go to devotee house. So he hit the gong, but he hit like this. No one can listen, because he doesn't want to bring the Arahanta, because if Arahanta Bhante listen to this gong, he will come. So out of jealousy mind, he don't want this Arahanta to have any gain. So he knock like this on the gong, only he can hear. Then he went alone. When he arrived to the devotee's house, the devotee offered food, then asked, where is the another Bhante? He said, that Bhante very lazy, still sleeping. He said in that way to Arahanta, out of jealousy. And then he said many bad things about this Bhante. You should not offer him anything. He is this, he is that. He spends his time doing nothing, like that, saying bad things to an Arahanta out of jealousy, labha, alabha. This is our worldly dhammas. Then, the devotee just offer him, he finished lunch, then the devotee wash his bowl. Then he prepared some food in the bowl, and he said, Bhante, when you go back to the monastery, please give this to another Bhante. He's so angry. So on his way back, what did he do? He threw away all the food. He don't want to give anything to this Arahanta, so he threw away. Then he go back to the monastery. Then only he found out that this Arahanta Bhante had already left. Then he have, oh, maybe he's an arahanta. He could read my mind, so he did not stay here. He felt that guilt, that remorse. Then very soon after, he passed away. So when he passed away, where did he arrive? He went to hell, dukkha. 20,000 years he practiced samatha vipassana. He was a bhikkhu, meditating. But this became asanna kamma. Near that moment, he did such kamma. And shortly after that, he died. So it became the near-death object. This akusala became asanna kamma. So although he had done such great merit, dana, sila, meditation, they could not give result. Asanna kamma. He went to hell. Many thousands of years he suffered in hell. Then after hell, he became, asura, peta. Asura kaya peta. Hungry, always hungry. He cannot eat anything. Then for 500 lives continuously, he was always hungry. He couldn't eat at all. Then after that 500 life, he was born as a dog. For 500 continuous life. Dog after dog after dog after dog after dog. For 500 lives. Always hungry. Never enough to eat. Why? Because he accumulated akusala, and the object is also an arahanta. The pure person who don't have any fault, right? So it is much worse. Then in the time of our Buddha, he was born in a fishing village, fisherman village. Then what happened? They used to, fishermen, how they live. Early morning, in the night time, they put the net on the ship. The whole night, they try to catch the fish. Early morning, they come, taking all the fish, and they sell in the fish market early morning. So every day they have to survive like this, right? Every day. If they do not catch any fish, they have nothing to eat, they have nothing to sell. Since this Losaka Tissa Bhante come to his mother's womb, what happened? All the fishermen, whoever went from that village, went for fishing, they could never catch anything. Although they could catch fish, what happened? The fish run away. The fish escape. Maybe the hole in the net or something. Because of something always happen problem. Maybe the ship turn upside down because of waves. So always having problem, and they were starting to go hungry. Then they started thinking, what is the reason? Since this lady got pregnant, we are having problem. I think the problem is the child. I think the problem is the pregnancy. So they chased them away from the village. So when his family run away from the village, then they can catch fish. They can do good things. So see, uninfluential. Even since birth, nobody wants him around. Nobody wants him. He has no follower. Everybody wants him to go away. Then he was born. Then his mother, father, and three of them were, although whatever they do, always suffering. Nothing to eat. Then the mother also thought, before I got pregnant, I did not have so problem. I was okay, my life was okay. But since this child come to my life, I'm always having problem. This child is the problem. So what did the mother do? Once the boy was able to walk, so maybe how big? Maybe 2 years, 3 years, right? Usually 2 years, 3 years, the mother give one ball, go away. So since the age of 3, he started begging in the street. Even his own mother and father don't want him. Why? The kamma of jealousy towards an arahanta. Because of that kamma, even his own mother, his own father don't want him. Then he's suffering. Every day he cannot eat anything. So what did he do? He always go to the rubbish. Because when he's begging, nobody give him. So he always go to the rubbish and eat whatever he could find. Many years pass away. Then this boy becomes 7 years old. And one day Bhante Sariputta was going to Pindapata. He saw this boy, 7 years old, very dukkha. Then out of compassion, if I ordain him as Samanera, at least his life will be better. He don't have mother, he doesn't have father. And he's just 7 years old, eating from garbage, right? So Bhante Sariputta took him to the monastery. Then he ordained as Samanera. Although he was ordained as Samanera, nobody wants to be his friend. Although he is Samanera, nobody wants to stay with him. Nobody wants to be his friend. Why? Because of jealousy towards an Arahanta. Then what happened? Slowly, Bhante Sariputta teach him meditation. His life was okay, but he could never eat properly. Although Samanera, if he go Pindapata, nobody receive food. So nobody wants to go Pindapata with him. So he was always hungry, because at Buddha's time there was no system of kitchen in the monastery. Monasteries did not have kitchen. So bhikkhus have to go either Pindapata, or devotees bring food to the monastery, or bhikkhus go to devotee's house and eat. So that was the system. But he had such karma, always hungry. But when he becomes Samanera, what happened? At least he arrived to Payoga Sampatti. He was doing Sila, right? He was doing Sila, practicing meditation. So because of his action, Payoga Sampatti, his good action, in that life, 20,000 years, he practiced Samatha Vipassana. So because of his good action, current life, as a Samanera, maybe later become Bhikkhu, those karmas could give result. Then he became Arahanta because of Payoga Sampatti. But although he became Arahanta, he could never eat. One day, one devotee saw him very, maybe thin, very poor, Arahanta Bhante. So they have Saddha, right? So this devotee offered, Bhante. Then when the devotee put food in his bowl, the food disappeared. He cannot eat. Like magic, the food disappeared. So he was always hungry. Then one day, Bhante Sariputta, out of compassion, checked him how long is he going his life. Then he found out that night Bhante was about to enter into Parinibbana. Then Bhante Sariputta felt, at least today is his last day, because he doesn't have any future life now, right? He doesn't have any future life, and this is his last day in samsara. So today is his last day in samsara. At least he should eat full stomach, because many thousands and thousands of life already, he could never eat properly. So Bhante Sariputta, out of compassion, say, okay, Losaka, Tissa, come, we go Pindapata together. They went to Savatthi. Although Bhante Sariputta, everybody know Bhante Sariputta, right? He have many devotees in Savatthi. But when he and Bhante Losaka go for Pindapata, nobody noticed them. They wait outside the house long time, nobody look out, nobody see outside. They go to another house, wait for a long time, nobody know. Bhantes are waiting outside for food. Then Bhante Sariputta already understood why. So he said, okay, you go back waiting for me in the monastery. Then Bhante went back to Jetavana. Then Sariputta Bhante did Pindapata. Then after he went away, he could receive. For 2 people he received. Then to some devotees, okay, take this food to Bhante Venerable Losaka Tissa and please offer it to him for lunch. What did the devotees do? No, they eat themselves. Because of his akusala karma. They don't have that saddha to go and give him. Uninfluential. That Bhante because of his karma, he don't have any followers. He don't have any supporters. Uninfluential. They eat. Then when Bhante Sariputta came back, he found out that devotees eat the food, and he was hungry that day also. No lunch, no breakfast. Now at night time he is about to enter Parinibbana. So what to do, how to do? Now time passed already, bhikkhus cannot eat after 12. So Bhante Sariputta went to the king. Then he asked for chatumadu, one full ball of chatumadu. Then he come to monastery. Then what did he say? Okay, he did not give the ball to Bhante Losaka's hand, because if Bhante Losaka received that food, disappear. So Bhante Sariputta hold the ball in front of him like this. Okay, you eat as much as you want. Then only that time, after many lives, he could eat full stomach. So he eat all chatumadu, and his stomach very full, very satisfied. Then that night he entered Parinibbana. So maybe you know this story, right? Bhante Losaka Tissa. So very sad story. That's why, if we are jealous of others' success, if we are jealous, then it will hurt us back. It will make us suffer for a long time. You know, when I was in Piyulwin, some people used to say, Bhante, I don't want to go to interview. Why? And I said, why? It's good, you go, you will listen to other people's meditation, you have saddha, you have virya. If you listen to other people's success in meditation, you have saddha, you have virya, then you can meditate more. They say, no, if I listen other people's success, I feel very unhappy. That Bhante tell me directly. Yeah, he foreigner Bhante, he said, I feel very unhappy. I feel I cannot do anything. Only other people. I'm staying here many years already. Some people just come 1 week ago. Now they are reporting jhana. I cannot do it. I feel, oh, dukkha. He will suffer. I feel like that. Inside my mind, I feel, oh, dukkha. Why is he thinking in this way? Then I try to teach him, no, you should not think this way. If you think in this way, it is not going to do you any good. You should listen to the Dhamma of others, and you should have mudita, good mind. Then only it will help you in your practice in that way. I will tell you my own story. So first time I arrived Molomyai in Paok. So I was meditating very diligently at the time, trying to know the breath, in breath, out breath, maybe counting a lot. I tried many months. Always suffering, always struggling, so dukkha. Even I cry because I could not focus on my breath. I even went to my kuti and I cried. Like Venerable Mahasiva, I also cried. Then in interview also, because in Molomyai, for Burmese is one time, for foreigners is another time. Burmese and foreigners is not together. So when I go for interview, all the foreigner, no one is successful. Everybody are also watching the breath, right? Then after many months, I have doubt. I think maybe no one in this monastery attain jhana. I think not possible. Then I don't have faith to practice anymore, because I don't know whether someone is really progressing, someone really is successful with jhana, someone have attained jhana or not. I don't know. So, and I don't have any friends. So I don't know. When I listen to others interview in interview time, everybody's struggling. So what did I do? I think maybe Burmese Bhantes have, some are Burmese Bhantes. So, because I understand Burmese. So I went on Burmese time in interview. I just went in Burmese time. Then I was just sitting behind just to listen. I was sitting behind. It was Burmese interview. Everybody were reporting in Burmese. So when I entered, one Bhante report, okay, Anapana. Second Bhante also reported Anapana. Third Bhante also reported Anapana. Then I really think maybe no one. Then one Bhante come. He was a little bit old age, difficult to sit, get up. Then he comes slowly and he sit beside me. Very difficult, he was struggling to sit. Then he report, what did he report? Said, oh, I finished entering from first jhana to eighth jhana and eighth jhana to first jhana of all Kashina. He reported in that. So he was practicing 14 ways. Then did I hear correctly? Because then I really pay attention and listen to his interview. Then he said, yeah. So he said first, second, he entered all Kashina from 1 to 8. Then again 8 to 1 in this way, up and down. He's doing these jhanas. Then Sayadaw also say, okay, now you jump jhana. So you don't do 1, 2, 3, 4. You do 1, 3, 5, 7. You should jump. Very normally. Then Bhante, okay. Then he went back. At that time, I will never forget this feeling. When I hear that someone is really success in meditation, I have pity all over my body. I have so much pity, so much virya. Then after that, I could meditate very diligently because I know people are successful in the monastery. And since then I used to go to Burmese time and interview. So I can listen to other people. And whenever I listen to successful people meditation, I always feel very happy. Then after listening to others' meditation, whenever I sit for meditation, my concentration always good. Because of maybe piti, mudita, always good. So that was my story in Molomini. So that's why if we have habit of seeing other people, we should have mudita. We should try to generate mudita. Because of his past karma, because of his present virya, this person is successful. Be it anywhere, either in meditation or in making money or having good family, whatever it is they are experiencing, we should develop mudita for them. Then what will happen? We will be influential. So that is the next question, right? So if we have jealousy, we will be uninfluential. We will be alone in this world. Nobody wants to be with us. But if we have mudita, what will happen? We will have good influence over other people. We will have big family and everybody wants to be with us. So in the Buddha's time, who was the most influential person? Who was the most influential in our Buddha's time? Who had the most forever? Yes, Venerable Uruvela Kassapa. He was the foremost in having big family, right? Etadagang ahang bhikkhave mama savakanang bhikkhunang mahaparivara yadidam Uruvela Kassapo. In this way the Buddha give him this title. Etadagang ahang bhikkhave, bhikkhus, in my student, in the Sangha who are my student, Uruvela Kassapa is the foremost in having many followers. There is no other bhikkhu who have more followers than Uruvela Kassapa. In this way the Buddha have given him Etadaga. So let us understand what karma did he do in order to have such great followers. I already told you a little bit about Uruvela Kassapa in our Mahanarada Kassapa Jataka, right? He was the king Angati at that time. So let us see when he started fulfilling parami was in the time of Padumuttara Buddha. So 100,000 kappa ago. So Padumuttara Buddha, in the time of Padumuttara Buddha, there was one Bhante who was also the foremost in having great followers. Siha Ghosa, Venerable Siha Ghosa was his name. So this Venerable Uruvela Kassapa he saw Venerable Siha Ghosa in Padumuttara Buddha's time and he was really influenced by him. Oh, this Bhante is so great. He has so many followers. Everybody pay respect to him. When he starts talking, everybody listens to him. So great, Bhante, I also want to be like him. So, with this intention, what did he do? I already told you yesterday, right? 4 things you should do if you want to be a great disciple. If you want to be a great disciple of the Buddha in the future, you should fulfill parami in 4 ways. First, you should practice sila. The second, you should learn the Dhamma, right? You should try to memorize Pali, you should try to memorize some suttas, you should try to learn Pali in this way. If you want to become a great disciple, you have to do that. Then, you also should believe in karma and karma's result. You should have strong belief in karma and karma result when you are doing kusala to become a great disciple. So you want to be a great disciple, so you do kusala. So you believe in karma and your mind should be, may this kusala help me become such and such. Then the last one, you should also practice meditation until Sankarupeka Jnana. So these are the 4 things all the people do who became great disciple of the Buddha. You know, all the 80 great disciples, if we see their past life, they have these 4 things in common. They always fulfill these 4 things as parami. So he also did the same thing, aspired. Then the whole life he stayed together with Padumuttara Buddha, offering service to the Sangha, doing dana, sila and bhavana, studying pariyatti. That was his kusala karma. Then after that, in another Buddha's time, yesterday we named all the Buddhas, right? 28 Buddhas we already recited yesterday. So there was one Buddha's name, Pussa, Buddha Pussa. So in the Pussa Buddha's time, he was reborn as Buddha's own younger brother. And Buddha Pussa had 3 brothers. So he was the younger brother of the Buddha Pussa. Then when Bodhisattva renounced the world, he became the Buddha, right? So his brother is also very happy. Oh, my brother is Buddha. So they were the son of the king, similar to our Siddhartha, right? They were the son of the king Mahinda at that time. So the father of Buddha Pussa is King Mahinda. These things you can read in Buddha Vamsa, in detail. So one time there was some problem in the border of their country, maybe some fighting. So these 3 brothers, they went there and they solved this problem. So when they solved this problem, the king was very happy. So the king allowed them, okay, you 3, I will give you freedom. You do not have to take care of the country now. You can go to the Buddha and you can serve your brother. You can accumulate merit and you can stay with the Buddha and the Sangha. So these 3 brothers went to the Buddha and for 3 months they took 10 precepts. They took 10 precepts and they stayed in the monastery practicing samatha vipassana, studying Pali, pariyatti, doing sila and dana. But how did they do dana? Because they took 10 precepts, they will not touch money. So there were 3 ministers. So they were like kapiya. So these 3 ministers used to arrange whatever the prince told them. Then in that way they accumulated parami also. Then in our Buddha's time, they were born, these 3 brothers were born together in a Brahmin family. When they were young, they studied the Veda, they learned the Veda, Hindu scripture, everything, they were very educated. Then, desire to be free from suffering, they went into Uruvela forest in the bank of Niranjana river. Now the river is almost dried up. Now if you go to India, you can see this river, but already almost dry. Right? I heard, I never been. Someone told me, Niranjana is almost very small now, very small. Not big like in the Buddha's time. So in the bank of this Niranjana river, these three brothers became ascetic. So the first was Uruvela Kassapa. He was in the topmost part of the river. Then downstream there was Nadi Kassapa. Then more down the stream there was Gaya Kassapa. So these three brothers, they were practicing Atakilamathanu yoga, self-torturing practice. So they believe giving torture to this body, we can become Arahanta. We can be free from defilement. So they were doing the practice called Pancha Tapa Patipada. In Pali we say Pancha Tapa Patipada. So what is this practice? They have to suffer their body with 5 kinds of heat. So they make fire, maybe one fire here in the front, another fire right, another fire left, another fire back. So 4 fires. Then the 5th fire is the sun. Under the sun, very heat. Now India, very hot place. Under the sun, they burn 4 fire. And they practice to become Arahanta. For sure, when they are in such heat, raga can never arise in them. No lust. Because always torturing the body with heat. So they think, my mind don't have any lust. I am Arahanta. So lust means lobha. They don't have any lobha, right? Because always suffering with the heat. So how can lobha arise? Even they see some lady go, nothing, because fire everywhere, suffering, nothing. So they have this idea they are Arahanta. Then the Buddha, after attaining Buddhahood, shortly, not so much time, after teaching to the 5 bhikkhus, then the Buddha traveled to Uruvela. So this, although as an ascetic, Uruvela Kassapa had 500 disciples already. Although wrong practice, but because of his kamma, many followers. 500 disciples. Gaya Kassapa had 300. Nadi Kassapa had 200. 1,000 people were following these Kassapa brothers. Then Buddha went. Then they stayed together for 3 months. So the Buddha say, how are you practicing? Then say, we sit under this fire. Okay, I also want to try. The Buddha say, I also want to try your practice. Then he say, you cannot. There is a very strong Naga. Very strong Naga who is, if you are not weak, if you are weak-minded, the Naga will capture you. So you have to be, okay, I can do. The Buddha went into the fire. Then with his psychic power, he controlled that Naga. Not only that Naga, also another Naga, which Uruvela Kassapa did not know. Buddha also tamed another Naga. Then for 3 months, the Buddha showed many psychic power to him. But Buddha never teach anything to him. Why? Because he thought he is Arahanta. And he thought Buddha was not Arahanta. So, although he is impressed by Buddha, he never asks the way, the teachings. So only after 3 months of staying together, now they are very close. And he have faith towards the Buddha. So, what did he do? One time they were discussing something. Then the Buddha say, you are not Arahanta yet. And the practice you are doing will never make you Arahanta. So the Buddha said directly on the right time. Then, although it was difficult for him, but because they were together for 3 months, then he is a wise person. He thought to himself, maybe he knows something that I don't know. So he said, what is the practice? Then the Buddha teach him the middle practice, Eightfold Noble Path. Then, okay, they want to ordain. Then they say, okay, we want to ordain, please give us ordination. Then the Buddha say, okay, shave. Because they were like mat-haired ascetic. Mat-haired, jatadhari, long hair, very thick, like those, very, very thick hair. So they cut 500 people together with Uruvela cut. Then what happened? They throw in the river. Then the river bring the hair. Then down the river there is Nadi Kasapa. So Nadi Kasapa also saw what is happening. All my brothers, and why so many hair and so many ball. So Nadi Kasapa also went to inquire what happened. They went upstream. Similarly, when the hair arrived in Buddha, Gaya Kasapa area, they also think, what happened to our brothers? Then he also went together. 1,000 people become bhikkhu, and they all become arahanta under the Buddha's teaching. So this, and after Bhante Uruvela Kasapa became arahanta, he had many followers, 1,000 disciples already. Not only 1,000 disciples, because they were the first group of so big, so when the Buddha come, when he received Jetavana monastery, then the Buddha allowed for other bhikkhus also to give ordination. So Bhante Uruvela Kasapa and his disciples were the ones who gave many ordinations. So everybody was Bhante Uruvela Kasapa's student. Even Bhante Ananda. The preceptor of Bhante Ananda is Belatthasissa Bhante. Venerable Belatthasissa is the preceptor of Bhante Ananda. Who is the student? Is Uruvela Kasapa's follower. So this Bhante Belatthasissa is Bhante Uruvela Kasapa's follower. Then he is the preceptor of Bhante Ananda. So Bhante Ananda is also Uruvela Kasapa's disciple. So in this way, he was only the bhikkhu who had the most follower in our Buddha's time. That's why the Buddha gave him the foremost. Etadagang aham bhikkhave mama savakanang bhikkhunang mahaparivara yadidam Uruvela Kasapo, in this way. So what was his karma? Having mudita towards success of others. That was his main karma. Okay, now we finish our fourth pair. Now fifth pair. Rich and poor. Poor and rich. So I think everybody know why people become poor, why people become rich. Maybe I don't have to explain much, right? Okay, so the reason people become poor is they don't want to share. They don't want to give. They cannot do dana. They have macharya. The reason is they have macharya. Macharya is the state of mind which you don't want to share with other people. Whatever you have, either be it money, or be it Dhamma knowledge, or be it the way to practice meditation. If you don't share with others, if you only keep with yourself, that is called macharya. Anything, whatever you have, even your knowledge. If you know, when we were in school, the first student was like that. Never share his knowledge to anyone. Because if he teach other, he cannot become the first boy or the first girl. How to do? So they don't teach. They say, oh, I did not read anything last night. I was so busy, I had this. Then when the result comes, they are the first. Yeah. I don't know. In Nepal, we have like that. I don't know whether you can find these people in Vietnam or Sri Lanka. But in Nepal, a lot. Or mostly all of the first students like that. So, yeah, something like that happened. So, to know who has a lot of macharya, we started this story with macharya, right? This sutta started with Macharya, right? Who is the father? Who is asking question now to the Buddha? Subha. Who is his father? Todeya. What happened to his father? He became dog, right? Why? Macharya. So dog, is the dog rich or poor? Poor, right? How can a dog be rich? The dog is poor, yeah, because of his Macharya. He is the life of a dog. Even though he's hungry, he cannot say, give me food. He have to wait until the right time. If his owner give him food, he can eat. If his owner does not give him food, he cannot eat. He cannot say he's hungry. Only what he can do is bark. Maybe he's hungry, he's barking. The owner says, this dog very loud, always barking. They get beating, right? Although he's hungry, maybe he's asking for food, but he's just barking. So the owner will beat him like that. So, very poor, because although he was born in the Buddha's time, he did not do any dana. Even one spoon of porridge, he never offered. So he became very poor in that life. After that, after dog life, where did he go? Because of the same Macharya karma, he went to hell. And now he's suffering in hell because of not doing any dana. So that is the thing, you become poor. In Vasala Sutta, the Buddha say, very good stanza in Vasala Sutta. Yo samanang va brahmanang va bhattakale upathite roseti vacha nachadeti tangjanya vasalo iti. So in this way the Buddha have taught us. Vasala. Vasala means, actually vasala is very bad word in Pali. It's like you low caste, you low born, like that. You untouchable, something like that is vasala. Vasala means someone who is very low in birth, someone who are untouchable. So that is called vasala. So, who becomes vasala? What is the reason of beings becoming vasala or becoming weak? This is one case. Yo samanang va brahmanang va bhattakale upathite. So when a samana or brahmana, like samana means those people who are ordained. Brahmana means those people who are arhantas. So these people who are ordained can be of any sect, not only Buddhist, even Hindu, whoever. Bhattakale upathite. During your lunchtime, if they come near to you asking for food, be it any ascetic, be it even an arahanta or a bhikkhu or any ascetic, if they are present while eating time, in lunch time, bhattakale upathite roseti vacha nachadeti. If you scold them and send them away, if you do not offer even a small piece, and if you scold them, if you say bad words to them, roseti vacha, if you say very harsh word to them, nachadeti, you don't give anything, tam janya vasaloviti. So this kind of people will become a vasala. This kind of people will become low-born, like outcast or like an untouchable. So either be any ascetic or any brahmana, if they come during lunchtime for asking for food, we should always give, Sometimes we see some people are very Buddhist, they only offer to bhikkhus. If some other ascetic come to their house, what they do? You go away, you have michaditi, you have wrong view, I will not offer you anything. If you scold like that, you do bad karma. Should not separate. If someone come, if some ordained person come to you for asking for food, it doesn't hurt giving them, right? Oh yeah, you also give to bhikkhus, you are doing kusala, that is very high kusala. If some other ascetic come to you for food, if you give them food, also kusala. Maybe not so high kusala, but it is kusala, right? Instead of saying bad things and sending them away, we should always offer. So even to my family, my mother, my father, I teach in the same way. No matter who, in Nepal, usually in Kathmandu, we have these people, these hermits, no? Hindu hermit, they come house by house and they ask for food, rice, not cooked food, they don't take cooked food. Uncooked rice also okay because they can cook by themselves. So they ask for rice, money, whatever it is. So my mother, before she used to offer, but after having faith to bhikkhus, her mind not so much. So even they shout long time outside the house, she never go. She just stay inside. She don't say anything. Then at that one time I was in my home. Then I hear they shouting. Then I thought maybe my mother will go and give. Long time he shouts, maybe 5 minutes already. My mother did not go out. I'm inside the house. Then I say, Mother, where are you? Why don't you go and offer? Then she said, Bhante, they come every day. They come every day. If we give, they will tell their friends, oh, that house will give. So many will come. Then I say, okay, how much do you have to give? By giving, even 100 people come. If you give, you will not be poor. You will not, it's not difficult for you to give such. Even if 100 people come, it's okay for you to give. Okay, if you don't give, I will give. Then I go to the kitchen. I take some rice. Then I go down. Then I was about to give. Then she feels shy. So she, no, Bhante, you should not do. You should not. I will do. Then she did by herself. Yeah. If we do not do, then it is a cause for bad birth, vasala. So in Vasala Sutta, Buddha have given many, how to say, reasons why someone will become low birth or why someone will. So this Todeya also, the birth of a dog is not high birth, is low birth. Then he went to the hell, is also low birth. So he did the thing to become a Vasala. So he became a Vasala. Okay? So this is the story of Todeya, the stingy or the greedy one. Now, rich. How to become rich? I think here everybody rich. So maybe they know, since past life they know how to become rich. You know who is the richest person in our sasana? Who is the richest one? Sivali, Bhante Sivali. So we should know about his life. Oh, how did he become the most rich in Buddha's students? Among so many Bhantes, Bhante Sariputta, Bhante Ananda, Bhante Mahamoggallana, but no, Bhante Sivali is the richest one, right? How, you know how much rich he was? One time the Buddha wanted to go to meet Bhante Revata. So Bhante Revata is Bhante Sariputta's youngest brother. So Bhante Sariputta's youngest brother, the Buddha wanted to go and meet him. Then there is two paths. One is long way, through many village. Another short way, because Bhante Revata stay alone, deep forest. Short way, take maybe 2 days only, but only forest, no village. Then the Buddha called Bhante Ananda, because many bhikkhus following the Buddha. So, is Sivali in the group? The Buddha asks. Then Bhante Ananda says, yes, Bhante. Bhante Sivali is in the group. Okay, we go forest way. Yeah. Then what happened? They go to forest way. Then the tree devas, they see Bhante, they don't see Buddha, no. They see, Bhante Sivali, together with Sangha and the Buddha, we should offer. The reason is Bhante Sivali, not the Buddha, Bhante Sivali. Because even the Buddha had to suffer. He could not eat properly for 3 months because of his past karma. So the Buddha also did not have such karma that always he will receive everything. Sometimes Buddha also had to suffer. For 3 months he did not have proper meal to eat. For one whole vasa, he didn't eat properly. So something like that can happen even to the Buddha. But to Bhante Sivali, never happened. He even tried to test his own punya. He wanted to check his punya, how much punya I have. Together with 500 bhikkhu, he went to the Himalaya, where there is no tree, nothing, only ice. Only ice and mountain, like very high Himalaya. And they stay in one place in the cave. The devas over there, they saw Bhante Sivali come with 500 bhikkhu. 7 days they offer. They offer deva food, better than human food. They could eat deva food in Himalaya. So that was such merit of Bhante Sivali. Very, very rich in requisites. He never had to worry about anything. He even tried to test his own punya, but did not fail. His punya did not fail him. So let us understand what is. Maybe we can do tomorrow this story. Quite long, Bhante Sivali story. So if I say now will be very short, not so good. So tomorrow, okay, I will start with Bhante Sivali story. Then we will continue for other story. So may we all understand karma, have right view until we can attain Magga Phala and Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.